Welcome to the Scully Files, the first podcast where I talk about whatever the hell I want because I'm bored in isolation. I'm going crazy. I'm here with my mother because we're in social isolation and we can't talk to no one else.
I like to call it physical distancing.
Yeah, physical distancing so we can still socially talk to people. But I don't have any friends that can come over, can I?
No, you can't, but we're just physically distancing. We can still talk to friends over phones and podcasts and every other means and ways and devices.
Yes, very true, very true. Well, today I wanted to talk about, something we talked about earlier today was like the difference in celebrities between YouTubers and sort of old age movie stars.
Yep.
That's what we want to call them?
When we talked about that earlier, yes.
Because you brought it up with Nikki Tutorials being on Ellen. You mentioned that to me.
Yes, I read an article about how, while she felt privileged to be on the show, she didn't exactly like the way Ellen not so much treated her, but she found Ellen a bit cold and distant. And then other people were commenting about how, first of all, most people were being very nice. Secondly, there were some dudes out there who were being just rude. Anyway, and they were saying, oh, who's this person? Who's this person? And some people were going, well, YouTubers these days seem to have actually a lot of influence, if not more influence, or say on people's lives than what perhaps celebrities do these days.
Yeah, Nikki Tutorials has over like 10 million subscribers on YouTube and like God knows how many followers on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know what Ellen's numbers would be, how many people she would have.
I'll pull them up. I'll have a look at it actually, see if there's a difference. But that's what's kind of scary to me, is that on the show, Ellen seems so happy and just bursting with all this energy. And to hear all these rumours about how rude she is when the camera's turned off, that kind of scares me.
That doesn't scare me. Like I said, there's always two sides to people and you always want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Nikki Tutorials
yes.
has 14 million followers on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
That's probably like a whole country, like right there. For some people. I don't know how big countries are. Okay, but the Ellen... Don't laugh at me.
Sorry.
Okay, but the Ellen Show has 87.4 million followers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, obviously Ellen has more...
How long has Ellen's show been on for?
Oh, she's been on for so long time. I can't tell it. Maybe 10 years, even more.
It's been a while.
She's been on for a long time. Past the fact she had a sitcom before, before that as well, before she started her talk show. And look, don't get me wrong, I think Ellen does a lot of good stuff. I think she's got the gives away, helps a lot of people. I like her in that regard. And I must admit, I'm one of the 87 million whatever people that follow her on Instagram. Because she does some really wonderful work. And I know her and her wife Portia have been doing a lot of work with gorilla endangerment and helping gorilla habitats.
I would say I would give anything to be stuck in her prison during this isolation.
Yeah. I can also think sometimes celebrities can become a bit out of touch in some ways.
Oh, very. You just see those celebrities singing Imagine All the People. Okay.
Yeah.
That song is about living in a world with no borders, and we're closing off all our borders.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I think people sometimes miss the point of what certain things may mean. But getting back to the Ellen thing, I've just seen a couple of stories now where, yes, she's on camera, she's yay, woohoo, but then as soon as the cameras go off, she's like, just shuts herself away. I mean, maybe that's a defense mechanism, maybe she's been hurt in the past, we don't know, maybe it's her way of not getting hurt again, distancing herself, maybe because she is so big and famous.
You're too empathetic for this.
I'm not too empathetic. I just think everyone should be given the benefit of the doubt, but obviously to a point.
Yeah.
But I've just also seen lately a few more stories. Like I read a story of a person who was a guest in her audience and said, yes, while the cameras are on, she's great. Once the cameras go off, she ignores the audience. And then it's like, well, then is she seeking does she have some deep needed thing where she's got to have everybody's love and attention or approval? Like, I've got to be loved by everybody. I don't know. It's just, like I said, I think she does a lot of good things. I think it's just sad at the moment there's stories coming out where perhaps she's maybe a bit not so nice behind the scenes. So...
Well, what you said earlier about how celebrities being out of touch, I feel like that's why a lot of people prefer YouTubers nowadays, because they're just people behind cameras. A lot of YouTubers don't have their own teams of people writing their own crap. Like, it's just a person behind a camera doing what they want to do. That's how a lot of big YouTubers started off, at least.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, they've just gone out there. They've started with their little show. They've built up an audience, a following. They've done it all. They've done it themselves.
Yeah.
I guess everybody can say everybody starts that way.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
When do you get to that point where you start having...
kind of forgetting where you came from?
Yeah, forgetting where you came from. Starting to sort of forget the little people and forgetting the people that, like, okay, you're up here now, but, you know, everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like not to get out of touch or lose reality. Don't get... your ego's so big that the planet's not going to hold it, sort of thing. Because there's already enough big ego people in this world that the planet's got to try and...
I can definitely think of a couple of YouTubers who have, like, surpassed all these big numbers.
Yeah.
But, like, I have a bit of an ego about it now, you know what I mean? Unless, like, that's the attitude they try to present, like, oh, I'm cool, nothing can ever hurt me. To try and, like you said, to protect themselves.
Possibly. It's... I don't know. I don't know how the whole psyche thing works. I mean, I've watched enough Dr. Phil over the years to have some ideas. But
well, hey.
I'm no expert. I just go from what I see in people. And, but, yeah, obviously, like, it's like anything. They say fame can affect people. Can affect,
good and bad.
Yeah, in good ways and bad ways.
Like...
Exactly. And some people... just seem to remain untouched by it all. Like, they seem to remember where they came from. Like, you see some celebrities and and you hear stories about people meeting them and saying how lovely they are, like, just like every ordinary Joe off the street. They're the type of people, have it figured out.
Well, you know that girl that was on Dr. Phil, like, a bunch of years ago, Daniel Brigoli?
Oh, is that the one that
Catch My Shot, how about that?
Yeah, the one that couldn't speak proper English.
That one. She's so famous now because of that clip of her being on Dr. Phil.
See, that's the wrong sort of celebrity to have. The wrong sort of fame to have. Like, I read a beautiful article about 12 months ago about this young man, probably maybe about the same age as her, some young whiz kid scientist who'd come up with some great scientific discovery. I can't remember, it was some environmental thing to help the planet, and they said, they're the sort of people we should be following. Like, he had like 50,000 pop, and they said then you get these other people like this young girl who are famous just because of the fact she can't speak English properly.
That's because of the fact, I think it's because she does silly things and people laugh about it.
Yeah,
I mean, feel bad for young celebrities because she's only, I don't even know how old she is. She's probably in like...
maybe your age?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
She's only...
young.
Yeah, but like, I do feel bad for young celebrities who kind of grow into this, this archetype. Because sometimes they don't have a lot of control over it.
But are people watching her to laugh at her? Yet she's thinking, oh, look, she's taking it as, oh, look, I've got all these followers, all these people love me. It's like, well... no, I think probably a majority of them don't love you. They probably are laughing at you and think you're...
Danielle Brigoli's 17. She was born in 2003. I'm older than her.
Yeah, so you're older than her. Yeah, I don't...
I do feel bad for those people who get famous young and they kind of just grow up like that because they don't really know any difference.
Oh, but...
like, there's one...
like I said, this young man, they said, why aren't we putting these other young people up that are doing remarkable things, that are trying to help our planet, that are trying to help people, trying to help humanity? We should be celebrating them, not giving any sort of notoriety or any sort of attention to this other young girl, some poor lost soul.
I think there's the fact that, like, you know, little kids and like teenagers, I don't think realize how much power sometimes they can give celebrities. You know, like, you've seen the popularity that came with that kids game Fortnite, or the kids just running to that game and how popular it became.
Yeah.
Because little kids loved it. It was a fun, silly game.
Yes.
I think that's always going to happen. You're always going to get people who are famous because, you know, kids laugh at them and find them silly.
Yeah.
You always get those people.
They say, like I said, fame is a double-edged sword.
Mm.
I've heard that. Would I want to be famous? I don't think so.
I don't think I'd be famous for maybe like okay, decent reasons.
Like, yeah. When will I be famous?
I want to be a billionaire, so freaking bad.
Can I just have the money and not the fame? I'd be happy with that. No, in all seriousness, like this is just my opinion. Like I said, I have no training, no.
Well, I don't know what it's like to be famous. I'm sure it's hard.
Having decades on the planet now. So.
I can't imagine what it'd be like having millions of people looking up to you and following your every move.
Oh, I can imagine like you'd be like, damn, you know, it would give you a sense of woohoo.
Oh yeah, anyone would get some sort of rush.
Yeah, like
at the same time, it would suck though.
Yeah,
you know, constantly being in like the media and news, and if people are always hating on you, I can imagine that would get to someone.
But in saying that as well, I've seen like people they like some celebrities out there complain about the media. The media follow them here, and they the paparazzi, and yes, it's horrible. You wouldn't want to live in that fishbowl existence. But I also remembering a famous actor. I once again read this a few years ago. He said, you can avoid the media. He said there are things you can do in your life. You can avoid the media. You can go and have a semi sort of normal life, whereas these ones that sometimes complain about paparazzi, they just it's deliberately set, it's deliberately staged just for the publicity, just to keep themselves in the limelight, just to keep themselves famous and people know they're out there. Like I read, if you want to avoid the media, you can avoid the media.
Hey, any paparazzi is good paparazzi.
Yeah.
It's good publicity.
Bad publicity is good publicity.
Any publicity. Anything that gets your name out there.
Yeah.
Like there are so many, again, back to the YouTubers. There are YouTubers who become famous because of scandals. Or, like, there was one YouTuber I told you about earlier today, James Charles.
Yes.
When he was 15, he made a dumb joke about the Ebola virus.
Yeah.
He was 15. Give him the benefit of the doubt. We're all say stupid crap when we're teenagers.
Yeah.
When we're younger.
Even adults say stupid crap, but anyway.
Oh, yeah, I'm not holding this against him or anything. It's just something that happens. But yeah, the scandal broke out. He made a joke about the Ebola virus. And, like, people, like, lost their shit at him. But the thing is, though, people knew him because of that. At the time, they knew him as the guy who made the Ebola joke. Now that he's like 20 or 21 years old now, so, like, obviously he's had time to grow up and stuff. And he still says dumb things, but, like, who doesn't?
Yeah. Oh, please, hello, every other day.
Oh, yeah, living with this one, the things she says.
You're welcome. I bring joy and fun to people's lives.
And, like, there's other YouTube... I'm talking about YouTubers. You're probably not going to know who I'm talking about.
I know some YouTubers.
Do you know Tana Mojo?
No. Like I said, I know some.
Well, she's been in plenty of scandals. But, like... And again, her fame grows because of these scandals, because people want to see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, all publicity is good publicity, no matter where it comes from. They say. Yeah. So my grandfather worked for a very famous newspaper here called the Sydney Morning Herald. He worked there for a number of years, and I remember my mother saying when she was growing up, her and her brother used to always say, "Oh, when we grow up, we want to be reporters and we want to work with you at the paper, Dad." And he said no. He said no. He said no child of mine will ever become a reporter. He said because the media only print or portray what they want the public to see and what they want the public to know. And I wonder, like, does that extend to celebrity as well?
I was going to point out, these are just our opinions.
Yes, these are just our opinions.
Please don't come and, like, shoot us in the middle of the night, whatever mafia. I don't know if the mafia will be listening to this.
Yes, because the mafia listen to these.
I don't know. They might. They're going to find their hit somewhere.
I'm just saying, my grandfather used to say, like, he said, no, he goes, I don't want any children of mine to work in the media.
I think that's why sometimes, like, the media is afraid of these, like, new age internet celebrities. Like I mentioned, that guy I watched, Philip DeFranco, who reports on the news. He's very unbiased. He just tells the story, and he does include his opinion, but he makes it clear, like, this is just what I think. Then you've got the whole story here. That's why I watch him, because he just tells the story like it is. He's not biased in any way. And, you know, look, he's, like, thriving.
Yeah. That's it. People just want to know the truth.
Yeah.
People just want to know the truth. And, like, if the YouTubers are going to provide that truth... I feel like we've gotten right off topic here.
We started on
YouTubers versus celebrity, and now we've just gone off on all these tangents.
Now we're talking about how the media is corrupting everything. They lie to us. They bias.
No, but I'm just saying, getting back to the whole... Let's come around full circle, shall we say?
Back to YouTubers.
Back to the YouTubers and the celebrities.
Yes.
But that's it. I think because YouTubers...
They feel like real people. They feel a bit more... I mean, there are some YouTubers that do feel a bit more fake than others. I won't name names because I'm terrified of them. But then there are some that they just feel like people behind a camera who just want to talk about stuff and make funny videos.
Yeah, and some people probably just want to go out there just to maybe make the world a little bit happier or lighter for some people, especially with everything that's going on at the moment. Yeah, it's I think some celebrities and YouTubers, it's a fine line. I think, but YouTubers are obviously in the last decade or so have just been becoming more and more significant. Yeah, to people.
There's sort of like there's a new generation of celebrity that we need to accept.
Yes, it's just a different type of celebrity. Yeah,
it's a new type of way of becoming famous.
Yeah.
Just because it's starring in a movie or winning an Oscar for it. I mean, they still have I think it's like the Teen Choice Awards. I think YouTubers are included in that.
Yeah.
I think that's what that's for.
Possibly, I haven't seen the...
I don't know anything about the Teen Choice Awards. I think YouTubers are included in that.
Oh, and so they should be, especially because, like I said, there's probably heaps of YouTubers out there that are doing look how often your father's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, yes, the hubby and the father is on YouTube constantly.
Watching his own damn podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling you about that YouTuber Jacksepticeye who raised like over $600,000 for COVID.
Yeah. So that's another powerful... That's great, I think.
Yeah,
anything
we stand Jacksepticeye in this house.
I think it's like any type of celebrity, anybody who with a bit of notoriety, if they can use that notoriety for good, I say good on you.
I think YouTube's also important because you don't have to just become... Like, celebrities become famous because they're in, like, movies or TV shows. And sometimes they might, like, write a hit song or whatever.
Yeah.
But in YouTube, you can make whatever you want and you can get some sort of notoriety for it. Like, you could start out on YouTube and end up in a career, like, being a singer. Like Troye Sivan.
Yeah.
He started out on YouTube.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Did he start out on YouTube?
I think so. Same with Shawn Mendes as well, I think. Started out online.
But, I mean, you might start out as a YouTuber, but then you can also cross the line and become celebrity.
Yeah.
So, and maybe the celebrities that have come from that YouTube background might have maybe. Look, I don't know. Not knowing anybody that's gone from YouTube.
I don't know anyone
personally, I'm just saying maybe they might have a better appreciation
for like the platform and where they came from.
Yeah. So,
like, there's like children who make unboxing videos of toys. They get millions of views. There are families that have like their own vlogs that have like millions of subscribers.
Yeah.
That's what I find weird. Is that about vlogs? Is that people...
Excuse my ignorance. What's a vlog?
So it's like, how, like a blog, but it's a video format. So it's just someone filming pretty much like their day or something they might do. Like, I'll vlog, go to the beach with me, or vlog my vacation to Florida or crap like that. Like that
I got it now.
Video made about us going to Melbourne. That's kind of like a vlog.
Yes.
Like, people are so happy to watch other people live their lives, like myself included. Like, I've watched so many vlogs, it's like entertaining.
Vicariously living through these other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can pretend to be in LA with these people. Is that so bad?
Actually, being in LA wouldn't be too bad at the moment with the smog down from what I've seen with all the isolation, but...
It's always sunny. I hate winter. I hate the cold.
Oh, yeah, you, me too. But anyway, we digress again. Let's get back onto point, shall we? What was the point again? Oh, yes, YouTube and celebrity. Sorry, just me being silly.
Well, there's one YouTuber, Lily Singh, started out on the platform, and now she has her own late night talk show.
Okay.
I mean, it's not very good. It's not a very good talk show, but she still did it.
But the fact
she still made it.
Yeah. Oh, good on her. Like, I applaud these people for going out there and giving it a go. And making livelihoods from it. Like, some people would prefer to just sit back and whinge and moan and groan about it.
I think if I keep naming names, I'm going to get shot.
Get shot. We'd like to put a disclaimer out there. We just don't believe anyone will be shot.
Please don't.
Oh, this is just like, again, we just want to say these are just
I just think it's interesting.
These are just our opinions. Exactly, yeah. I mean, like, I know jack all. I'm just like, this is just my opinion, and if you agree, great. If you don't, that's fine too.
But
everyone's
that's
entitled
what I
to an opinion.
Find like funny and kind of interesting. Like, you will name off all these celebrities that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Then I'll name off all these YouTubers that you've never heard of. That's because that's our own different ways of consuming media now.
Yeah.
That's our entertainment.
Celebrities,
smart
celebs.
I don't watch like normal TV channels anymore, but I've replaced it with YouTube channels.
Yeah.
That's what my TV is now.
Yeah. Whereas I don't watch a lot of YouTube.
We watch BuzzFeed Unsolved together.
We watch, yes, love you, Shane and Ryan.
Mum, they're not listening.
I know they're not listening, but I'm saying I love Shane and Ryan. I love BuzzFeed Unsolved. One of the few, well, actually, that'd be the only YouTube thing.
I think that is a YouTube thing I've seen you watch.
Yeah. Probably Shane and Ryan. But,
Into our ongoing investigation, Argo's real. Shakes head.
Awesome stuff. I mean, I know, obviously, of YouTubers, but I just don't specifically watch them except for BuzzFeed Unsolved. But yeah, I tend, like you say, I watch more of the traditional celebrity things, and I know more about the older, not old celebrities.
If you named off an older celebrity right now, chances of me being like, huh?
What about earlier when I was talking to you about Bruce Willis? You went, who?
Well, I knew the name, I just couldn't pick a face for it. I know celebrities' names, like I've heard them in passing, but I can't put faces to them.
Yeah, we love you too, Bruce.
Well, you love him.
I love Bruce Willis.
Eh.
But
Okay, Markiplier.
Who?
Exactly, because that's my media.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know who that is. Whereas, like I said, when I mentioned Bruce Willis earlier about something, you were like, what? And I went, remember Die Hard? And you were like, oh yeah.
Well, actually, that reminds me of something.
At least you do know, like, a lot of celebrities.
I know some things.
You know some things, whereas, like I said, with YouTube, the only ones I know that are from YouTube, like I say, is Troye Sivan. I knew Justin Bieber started there. I know about Nikki.
Nikki tutorials.
Yep. Jeffree Star.
Yeah. He didn't start on YouTube, but he is a YouTuber.
But he is a YouTuber.
He did start on MySpace.
Yeah. But I mean, I know about these other ones, but I don't know. That's probably about all I know. And Shane and Ryan, whoop whoop. But yeah.
Well, it's like, I don't know if you heard this happen, but like one time Billie Eilish was on like an interview with someone. I don't know who.
Yeah, I know who she is, but where did she start? Just normally through.
I'm not sure how she started.
Like, or did she just go on one of these like talent shows, like Britain's Got Talent?
I don't know how Billie. She just popped up one day, and I was like, "Hello."
Okay.
But she was on some like late night talk show, and I don't know which one. And the host started talking to her about Vin Diesel, and she didn't know. Wait, was it not Vin Diesel? Wait, Vin Diesel's the actor, isn't he?
Yeah, yes.
Not Vin Diesel. There's a band.
Van Halen?
Van Halen, that was it. She didn't know who Van Halen was.
She didn't know who Van Halen was.
She did not know. Why did I think Vin Diesel?
I have no idea.
I just don't know who Vin Diesel is.
How can you not know who Vin Diesel is?
Okay,
anyway,
well, yeah, it was Van Halen. They got the Vin mixed up.
Yeah.
The V.
So she didn't know who Van Halen was?
She didn't know who, I mean, even I barely know anything about Van Halen. I've just heard the name, but people like went off on the internet. Like, how do you not know who Van Halen is? And it's like, okay. How long has Van Halen been around for? They're not a band anymore.
No, but that Van Halen.
I mean, they were huge, but it's like I also know that like Pink Floyd was huge. I don't bloody listen to them.
Yeah, I know.
If she's not going to listen to them, she doesn't have to know who they are.
That's the thing. That's where people have to realise. Like people, like you say, people were going off at her because she didn't know who Van Halen was. Like, let's just keep it nice and respectful, folks. Just because.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, yes, Van Halen. Even I went, how could you not?
Yeah, you
Van
really
Halen?
went.
But I wouldn't go off at the young.
Oh, she's like 17. She's like 17. She's like my age.
I wouldn't go off at her because
I'm 1 month older than her.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go off at her and go, oh, how could you not know Van Halen? Well, it's like, I'm sure there's plenty of things you don't know either.
Yeah.
People aren't saying to you, well, how do you not know this?
Like, heaven forbid a teenage girl not know a band. Ooh.
Yeah. Like, well, the other day, one of my, at work the other day, one of my young co-workers, who was 24, and because where I obviously work is in a pop culture environment, and we have a new soundtrack at work, and we were talking about music, and I said, oh yeah, and I brought up George Michael. Now, do you know who George Michael is?
No.
See, you don't know. Neither did this young person who's 24, and they went, George Michael. I went, oh, you don't know George Michael. George Michael, famous singer, started off in Wham.
Oh, the name
sang
Wham.
Freedom. Don't ask me to sing, I'm a horrible singer.
Maybe if you play something, I know I might have.
Anyway, and I pulled up a photo and I showed them, and they went, oh, yeah, I recognise him now. So, but and my mind was like, how could you not know George Michael? But in saying that, like you say, there's different generations.
We consume the media we want to see and listen to.
Exactly.
I don't want to consume Van Halen, so I don't listen to Van Halen.
I think my reaction was that because George Michael was the very first person I saw in concert. That'll always be in my memory. George Michael when he was a part.
Oh yeah,
I guess it's like my very first concert that I went to as a teenager.
Yeah, I guess if something's like a big thing to you, it's hard to imagine it not being a big thing to other people. Like, have you heard of this? But like they consume what they want to consume.
Exactly. Like it's like exactly that. Let's not bug out on these people just because they don't know.
It was
something.
a bunch of older men bugging out on her. People like the older men who would have listened to Van Halen.
Yeah. Well, it's that classic scene in The Wedding Singer where he gets back with the ex turns up and she's wearing his Van Halen t-shirt and he says, oh, don't do that, you might jinx the band, they might break. Well, they ended up breaking up. That's why I always laugh when I see that scene.
You just laugh in that entire movie.
Oh yeah, I love Wedding Singer. But,
it's like one of Adam Sandler's like only good movies. His only good movies are the ones with Drew Barrymore.
They're the ones he done with Drew Barrymore, yeah. That,
and maybe
50 First Dates.
And maybe the golfing one.
Oh, Happy Gilmore.
Maybe I'll let that one slide.
Yeah, a lot of Happy Gilmore fans out there. But we digress again.
Always digress.
We digress.
We get to a new point and we bounce to it.
I often sound like Sophia Petrillo. I digress. But I digress. Yeah.
You think? Oh, I hope someone knows who Golden Girls is.
Yeah.
You have to know. At least even if you don't watch Golden Girls, you know what it is.
Surely.
You have to.
And if you don't, you know what? That's cool. If you don't know who the Golden Girls are, that's cool. But check them out. They're very fun.
I feel like there are some things.
Betty White. Everyone knows who Betty White is.
There are some things you just have to know about. Like, I've never seen Fight Club, but I know about Fight Club. You just heard of it. Yeah. You know about it. You know the first rule of Fight Club is don't talk
about Fight Club.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Great flick.
I've never seen it.
Oh, great flick.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's a great flick.
But, if you haven't picked up on it, yes, I am a big movie TV fan.
That's why I asked you to help me with this, because you know more about movies than I do.
Yeah.
I'll watch a movie and probably forget about it the next week.
Yeah, love my movies. Biggest thing I'm missing at the moment in this isolation is going to the cinema.
I miss
my movies.
I miss sitting in a room full of strangers just eating my popcorn.
Yeah, I know. Chilling out on a flick.
I'm just
good or bad.
I'm just pissed that we had to wait another 20 days to see Onward. That's what I'm mad at.
I thought it was at the end of this month.
Yeah, but it was originally coming out April 4th.
Yeah, but I thought it was now. That's in America, Disney Plus.
No, I'm talking about in cinemas. If the cinemas hadn't closed, Onward would have come out April 4th, but since it closed, we're not getting it to April 24th now.
Well, that's only a few days.
I know, it's like what, 3 days now?
3 days now.
I can wait, maybe. I just want to see Onward. And we're digressing again.
Yes.
I just think it's cool to think about, things that change with each generation. Like, the things you probably liked when you were my age. Like, would your parents have known about it? Probably not.
No, that's it. Every generation has their... My parents would have known about it. Probably. A lot of things.
But what things did you consume when you were, my age?
18?
Yeah.
What do you mean by consume?
What kind... media. What music did you listen to? What things did you watch? Or I guess if...
Well, back then, it was the classic... There was no...
You're going to give away how old you are?
No, I'm going to think what year it was when I was 18. What was
Picture it. Sicily, 1914.
Hey, I'm not that old.
And you've never been outside the country.
Picture it. Bexley, 1985. We had the classic, there was no pay TV. It was just your classic channels. You only had a bunch of channels like ABC, 7, 9, 10. We did have VCRs though.
Woohoo!
But most of the media was like obviously either television or magazines.
Yeah, that's why I am thankful for the internet, because if I read something...
Yeah, that's it. There was no internet. There was no mobile phones when I was a teenager.
If I read something in a magazine and I think this is some bullshit, I can just Google it and I can find out for myself. I don't have to blindly believe what everyone else is telling me. I can be like, and research it myself.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, growing up, we had basically, TV, magazines, that was basically it for our source of, going to the flicks but this has been so much, even in the last how many years, like these technological things where, like you say, you've got the YouTubers now who you can source other ways of getting your entertainment news, in my case, or whatever. There's so many different ways now, and you can look at the media, like you can get your magazines, or you can look at your TV, or you can look on your YouTube or your pay TVs and all this now, and like look across at different ways and see who corroborates what, or who's saying this and who's saying that, and you can sort of then come to the, okay, well, it must be this and that, and just take different points of view.
You can't see this. There's a lot of hand actions going on.
Well, maybe we should have recorded this.
You want your face in this?
Well, people keep asking me, am I part Italian, because I use my hands all the time.
But you're not.
I know. Anyway, I'm very expressive with my hands. Anyway. But yes, getting back to it, we didn't have a lot of... we just had a few ways to get our entertainment reports.
I don't envy that.
That's what I love. I love it these days, because like I say, I can Google things, I can hop on websites and check things out.
Yeah.
As much as maybe I should start checking out YouTube more.
As much as I miss Civic Video, you're walking in with your $1, your $1 coin, you get your DVD for the week. Felt like such a punk doing that. Be like, I do like that. I can just go online now and find a whole bunch of movies.
Yes. Oh yeah, like that revolutionised.
Like if you wanted to get a DVD, it's Civic Video, but if someone had already rented it out, then it sucks to be you. Get a different DVD then.
That's the thing, That's the thing.
I just want to point out, like, Civic Video, I would always go to, like, the kids section, right, and pick out some cartoon. Whoever thought it was a good idea to put the horror section right next to the kids section is an idiot. Because I would have to...
I remember that, and I thought the same thing.
I would always,
set this up?
They ended up moving it when I got a little bit older. But by then, I kind of stopped going to the kids section. I would go look around the rest of the shop. But I'd be, like, 6 years old. I'm, like, covering my eyes walking by the horror section because I didn't want to look at the covers.
I know.
The cover for the human centipede is terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
Who thought that was a good idea? I think they ended up replacing it with, like, wrestling DVDs or some sort of, like, fights.
Something that's harmful for the kiddies.
They put the horror section on, like, the other side of the shop.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm, like, 12 now. They don't really scare me anymore. Thanks. Thanks for that.
No. I do miss...
It was nice going to Civic Video.
Yeah. And that's another thing, like, what's revolutionised, like, the fact that you say all this streaming services now, and the fact that you can do this and you can... But for me, I will always think the best way to watch a movie is on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people, like, you watch it on your TV and, like...
It's fine.
It's okay, but for me, movies always are best on the big screen. Especially some of the older classic ones, because obviously that's what they were designed for.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to see them.
Who invented DVDs? Like, who thought, I want to take this movie home with me in a little compact disc?
Oh, no, but whoever did, thank you, because they take up far less room than friggin' videos used to. Oh, my God.
And if you taped over your video, that sucks to be you then.
Oh.
It just rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. But then they had the little tab on there, so if you took off the little tab, it wouldn't record over it.
Oh.
So videos, like, they had a little tab. So if you left the tab on, you could, like, we'd record, you can use it over and over again. Okay. But if you took the tab off, I don't know what the tab did.
This mystery tab.
The mystery little tab. And then it, you couldn't record over it for whatever reason. Like, in that way. Right. It was saying, if you wanted then thought, oh, well, I do want to just get a bit of sticky tape, and you just put it back over or something, and it's like, woohoo, I can record over this again.
Well, you beat the Matrix. You found a hole in the system.
Oh, God. Anyway. So, I don't know, probably a lot of people did that.
Yeah.
But yes.
Now I
For
just
me
miss that
these
video.
days, celebrities, I mean, we'll always have celebrities,
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
YouTubers are a different form of celebrity.
Yeah.
And
think-
sometimes I think some people can cross from YouTuber over to celebrity. And I think celebrities just need to accept the fact that there's different there's different types of celebrity.
Oh, I don't know how celebrities feel about it. It seems to be mainly like the general public, like people like us, your random Bills and Joes, who are kind of like, ooh, what are YouTubers? Because they just see them as people on the internet, and like, I guess the internet already has a reputation for being a little unreliable. If that makes sense?
I'm sure there's but that's true. Like, I mean, there probably is a lot of crap out on the internet as well.
There's always been crap everywhere.
Yeah, but as I say, there's always crap everywhere you look. You just got to filter out what owns or what's true for you. So
I think YouTubers also confuses people.
Yeah.
And people don't like what confuses them.
Yeah, some people just don't like change.
Yeah.
Some people just don't like change. They can't accept change. But the worlds are changing, so just go with it. Ride the wave. So.
It's like, have you seen those like boomer comics about like these kid and he's like holding a book and he goes, oh hey, where's the power button on this thing? As if a child has never held a book in its life.
Yeah. I know, I gotta give kids more credit.
Right, kids aren't stupid.
No.
You see these trends that kids are coming up with? Kids are making things famous now.
Via YouTube?
Yeah, but
Sorry. Making them famous via the tube?
the tubes. No,
Tubes?
they're tubes. You right there?
Sorry, I'm just sitting on a bit of an uncomfortable seat at the moment.
Well, you could have found yourself something more comfortable to sit on. I offered you a chair, but you didn't want it.
Whatever, I'm fine. Whatever. I'm fine now. So, thank you. I don't know if this is going to be edited, but yes.
I mean, I might have to edit that part out now.
Oh, that's nice. Okay,
No, I can't be
let's
bothered.
get back.
I can't be bothered to edit this.
Once again, these are just our opinions.
Oh yeah, this
We're
is
just
like,
having a bit of fun in this whole
I have a lot
physical distancing, as I call it.
Yes, you and your physical distancing. I have a lot of thoughts. I just wouldn't know where to put them.
Oh, well, let's put them on the pod.
Put them in the pod.
Put them on the pod.
The pod. Oh, pod.
But anyway, to sum it all up, that is my... When
Just
it comes to YouTubers and celebrity, I think YouTube is a new form
any
of
sort of
celebrity.
media, really. We
Yes.
talked about what different medias than just YouTube.
Yes. Maybe in the future we can explore these themes more in depth.
I think like
With just our opinion, nothing else.
I think like with YouTube's only been around for maybe like the past 10, just over 10 years. I think
Well, I
it became a
couldn't
thing
tell ya.
in like 2005. Was
Well,
when
that's about 15 years ago.
well, that's again just over 10 years.
Yeah.
But like, so you know, YouTube is still a fairly new age of celebrity. So I think it's going to take a little while before I guess some people really start to see them as their own form of fame.
Be interesting to see how it evolves.
Oh yeah,
Keeps evolving and changing and things like that.
Because like
So-
when MySpace was a thing, people used to get famous on their websites. How Jeffree Star
Yeah,
got his fame at first,
yeah.
and now like, I don't know anyone that goes on MySpace anymore.
Oh, I'd like to think there's room for both.
Oh yeah,
There's got to be room for everybody.
I mean, how long have film celebrities been a thing for? Like a bajillion years now.
Over 100 years.
Yeah, I think that's why we see them as the main
Movies
form.
have been going for over 100 years.
That's why we see them as like the main form of like what
Yeah,
a celebrity
because
is.
it's been around the longest.
Like when we think of celebrity, I still think of like the Oscars, red carpet, whoever gets invited to that crap.
Yeah.
I would love to walk the red carpet one day. Even if I had to break in. Just like run across the red carpet. Like,
Yo, I was on the red carpet. Joing.
and I get arrested.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to get arrested over for it.
I mean, it might be kind of a fun story.
Yeah.
Clickbait, I got arrested on the red carpet.
But yeah, I just say as times evolve, and like I said, because the movie industry has been around for over 100 years,
Yeah.
that is obviously still the main.
Yeah.
And then like TV came along, so you had your TV.
And you have like singers who have been around for a good billion years as well.
Like singing, man's been singing probably since the dawn of time.
Oh yeah. When the
So-
cavemen were going,
Yeah. Yeah, I think singers really, I don't know, this is just, I'd say my opinion, I think singers really took off. I mean, they were famous beforehand, like before, like the mid-50s, but like earlier, pre-1950s and stuff, like for operas and things like that. But it was, I think, when Bill Haley came out with Rock Around the Clock, That's, once
I
again,
don't know who that is.
you have to do some research. Bill Haley, Rock Around the Clock.
But like opera was only available for like the rich and the fancy and all
But
this.
like I said, that changed the whole dynamic of
What did he
music
do?
as well.
What's his thing? What's his
Well,
shtick?
he's big. You know that Bill Haley and the Comets going to rock around the clock tonight.
Oh, I probably heard it at some point.
Yeah. Well, that Reverend, and I think once that happened, that rock and roll came into
that idea that anyone could dance along to music.
and that's when singers started having, I think, a lot more celebrity. You know, and then you had your Elvises coming along, you know, and the teenage girls and the fans, and,
the boy bands,
and then so singers came into their own celebrity. I think that's just what I've seen, but it's like I said, there's different types of celebrity, and like this is a new form. YouTubers are a new form, and probably who knows if it's still around in 100 years. I won't know. I won't be here. But
thanks.
it probably could evolve onto something else in the future. Like it's always evolving and changing. It's just up to everybody to accept change. But then people aren't always used to accepting change.
If you're hearing a tapping noise, that's my mum doing the hand taps on my table.
Sorry, oopsies. Anyway,
it's the hand actions. It's the hand actions.
It's the hand actions. Yeah. But no, this has been a very interesting discussion, Dana.
Yes, it's very interesting. It's very unusual. It's nice, it's different, it's unusual.
Yes, nice, unusual, yes, nice.
Toy.
But yes, hopefully in the future, I'd like to discuss the whole celebrity.
Maybe in 10 years we'll look back at this and wonder how things have changed.
Yes, that would be good actually. Yes, like to see in 10 years come back to this and go, oh.
If we remember, if we can remember, that is. Even
so.
Maybe like 3 years. Who knows what could happen?
Maybe 3 to 5 years even.
There could be a new platform that comes out and then people rush to get famous on that one.
Technology's moving at such a pace these
like
days.
people got famous on Vine. Then when Vine died, there was Musical.ly, and then the Musical.ly is not really a thing anymore. People now go to TikTok. There's always a new platform that people are rushing to.
Yeah. And for people in their classic 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So, it's been very interesting.
Well, if anyone listens to this, thank you.
Yes, thank you once again. This is just our opinion.
This is our opinion.
Having a bit of fun. Yeah,
we're in isolation.
We digressed a lot.
We're in isolation and we're bored, and I spent $80 on a microphone, so I hope this goes to something.
Oh dear. That yes, we just having a bit of fun, killing some time in ISO.
This has been Scully's first file. Name patent pending. I don't know what to call it.
That was awesome.
That's what I was going to say. Welcome to Scully's file. Name patent pending.
If anybody listens, thank you for putting up with our divergencies and our
divergencies.
Divergencies. I don't even know if that's a word. Our digressions.
Yeah, that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's easy once you start to sort of lead into other topics.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting topics. But hopefully we'll come again to you soon. I'd like to talk more being a entertainment person who loves
Your pop culture.
my pop culture and enthusiasm and my movie loving. Hopefully in the future we can talk some more about those subjects. And then,
Yes.
I don't know what Dane...
Thanks, Mum.
I don't know what Scully wants to talk about. But in the future. But yeah, it'd be some interesting topics to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you.
Divergencies, I don't even know if that's a word. Our digressions.
Yeah, that.